This next cluster necklace we're going to make is going to combine a lot of the techniques that I've already shown you. I'm going to start with a pendant. Again, with a hole in it, I'm going to put a jump ring in it, but this time we're actually going to have the jump ring at the bottom to hang our cluster from it. So I've got quite a large jump ring here. This is about an 8mm. So twist it open as we did before and hang the pendant on it. Before I do it up, this time I'm going to attach the chain to it because this is the basis for our sort of cluster. I tend to do it not exactly in the middle so that the two ends come out at different lengths. So hang that on there and do it up. Okay, now we're going to attach all this just sort of little selection of beads and pendants here onto the chain. So we'll start with a head pin. Just like we did with the earrings, we're going to put the beads on it. So pop the bead on. Bend it over. So we're saving about 1 centimetre. And then the round pliers to make a loop. Before we close that up, I'm going to attach that onto the chain, one of the links of the chain, and then do it up. So that's our first one on there. These beads have got much bigger holes in them, so obviously you're just going to slide straight off the head pin. So I've got these little metallised plastic hogans here, which are these sort of bicone shape, because they sit nicely inside that big hole. So another head pin, one of those, one of these Pandora style beads, and another hogan. And just as before, bend it over and make the loop. And again, I'm going to attach it onto the chain. I just sort of put these on in a random fashion, really, because I think that's sort of how it looks nice. But I mean, you could do a more regular pattern if you preferred. There I've got a little pendant with a loop on the top, so obviously we don't need a head pin for this one. I'm just going to use a jump ring again. So I've got a slightly smaller size jump ring here. These are 5mm. Twist it open, put the pendant on there, and then attach that to our chain and do it up. So you can see how it's building up there, bit by bit. Another bead. This time I'm just going to use, because this has got quite a large hole in it, it may come off the bottom of the head pin. So again, I'm going to put a smaller bead on here. A big one, and then another little one of those on the top. Bend it over. And then attach this one to the chain as well. And you can just keep building this up. I mean, you can put as many or as few things on there as you like. I'm going to put some suede on this one. I mean, you can use any kind of cord or leather. I've just got suede here for a change. So like I showed you with the pendant before, I'm going to fold this in half, put that through the pendant, and bring the ends through. I'm going to show you a different type of end on these, because this suede is flat, it kind of lends itself to the flat leather ends, rather than the round ones that we used on the round leather. So that's these, they're just kind of little kind of half box type shape things. So I've done this double, just because I quite like the two colours together. So I'm going to get to the end of the cord. Let me just trim that one off so they're the same length. With these, you just place these inside the flat leather end. So again, I find it easier, assuming you're right-handed, hold the end in your left hand, put the suede inside there, and this time I'm going to use the flat leather ends. And you, first of all, you just fold down one side, and then you fold the other one on top. So literally, just like that, squash it down, then turn it round, and do the other side. And that grips quite securely on there. Again, give it a gentle little tug, make sure it's secure. If not, give it a bit more of a squash. I'll do the same on the other end. So again, trim them off to make them the same length. And then put the flat leather end on. So hold that in your left hand, place the suede in there, and then fold down. First one side, and then the other. And again, like we were saying before, what I've done now is turn the end of that suede. I've got a loop on either end. The loops on these are fixed, so you either need to use a clasp where you can open the loops, or you need to use a jump ring to join them together. The clasp I've got here has got open loops on there. It's a little screw barrel clasp. So the round nose pliers, put that in there, open up the loop. Now these do spin round as you're working with them, so they're a little bit fiddly, but hang it on, close it up on one side, turn it around, and we're going to do the same on that other end. I've got a little bit of suede poking out there, obviously you just trim that off with a pair of scissors. And so these are quite fiddly, this one doesn't want to go on. There we are. And grip hold it and do it up. And that's quite a nice neat little clasp there, a bit more delicate than the one we did on the chunkier leather. So that's how to finish that cluster necklace off.